We'll go over the two questions we had really quick, and then we'll go right to your question. We'll start with the wildfire one, and this one came from James. I believe he was in Taylor Ridge. He was asking, what is the drought situation in Canada right now, and are we expecting to have a very smoke-filled summer with wildfire? So this is something we don't get to show very often because we can't load the whole North American one into our system. I found that out the hard way yesterday.
Oh.
But the product does exist. The same folks that make our drought outlook actually pair up with our counter folks there into the north in Canada. And you can see that there is still quite a bit of drought going on. And I want to highlight one area in particular in pink. This is where we saw the majority of the wildfires last year in 2025. And look what's going on with the drought. It's still severe. And in some cases, it's extreme.
And if you see that SL on your phone, that means severe long-term. So we have short-term drought, which means usually we can get a couple good rainfalls and that would relieve it. Long-term means this has been sticking around for a long time. It's going to take a long time and a lot of rain and a lot of consistency to that to actually be able to relieve those drought conditions. So again, yeah, that does cause for concerns. And I think this is kind of something that we're probably kind of settling into almost because we've been dealing it for the past, 3+ years?
I think so, yeah.
Where we've been dealing with wildfires in Canada and being influenced by a lot of the smoke. Because when you think about the jet stream, the jet stream goes over Canada, and whenever we see it more amplified, it falls right back almost directly into our area. You know, usually goes through Canada and then dips down kind of near the Great Lakes region. So that's where we are, and that's kind of going to follow that jet stream. So it really has to do with not only the fact that they're experiencing this, but the fact that the jet stream just favors that pattern for us to see that smoke be able to get into the upper levels here.
Yeah, it looks like another active potentially here, especially given the drought scenario right now. And you had mentioned previous years. Here's a look at that. If you want to look at the acres burned in just Canada alone, 2023 was a record breaker. It seemed like almost every summer day here in the Quad Cities, we were dealing with air quality. We were dealing with smoky, milky skies. It just never ended. 2025 wasn't, extremely easier or better.
But you can still see in the trends, just it's again, like I said, which I'm very surprised that my brain was able to pick this up. It just felt like the past 3 years, this is kind of what we've been dealing with in the summer. And I guess, 2023 kind of launches it probably a little more when you get a record-breaking year like that. It's the same thing with any other natural disaster. When you get something that is so extreme, for instance, our 2020 derecho. Now everyone hears derecho, we're all on radar. When you get a record-breaking year like that, we're kind of diving into it more and paying attention to it more. But trends are definitely showing a little bit more for sure.
Yeah, on the rise there, so it is something worth watching.